This is the burial place of Paul Tsongas. He was born in Lowell in 1941. His parents had come here from Greece. His father owned a dry cleaning company in the city. Paul attended the Lowell public schools. He graduated from Lowell High School, went to Dartmouth College, and then entered the Peace Corps. After the Peace Corps, he went to Yale Law School, and he returned to the city of Lowell. In 1969, he ran for the Lowell City Council, and he was elected in a year that saw 6 new councilors elected. He stayed on the council for a couple of years, and then he was elected a Middlesex County Commissioner. In 1974, he ran for the United States Congress and won a seat, defeating the incumbent Paul Cronin. Just 4 years later, in 1978, he ran for the United States Senate. He defeated the incumbent Edward Brooke. While in that term in the United States Senate, he pushed the legislation that created the Lowell National Historic Park across the finish line. There were many people who contributed to that, to the Lowell National Park, but Tsongas was there at the very end. Then in 1984, when everyone expected Paul Tsongas to announce he was running for re-election, he instead announced that he was not going to leave the United States Senate because he'd been diagnosed with cancer. He wanted to devote his time to treating it and to spend more time with his family and to work in the private sector to earn some additional money to be able to ensure his young family's financial future. He was married and had 3 children at the time. He successfully treated the cancer. It was in remission. In 1992, he chose to run for president of the United States in the Democratic primary. Few people remember that he won the New Hampshire primary, and that's because the second place finisher was the ultimate victor in that election, Bill Clinton. And Clinton had been racked by scandal, and his strong second place finish in New Hampshire caused him to be labeled the comeback kid, and that sort of overcame the story of Tsongas's victory. Tsongas dropped out eventually of the presidential race, and instead of going to Washington to become a wealthy lobbyist, he instead returned to Lowell and really dove into the city's revitalization in the 1990s. Many of the most important projects at that time, including the Tsongas Arena and the Lasher Ballpark, were spearheaded by Paul Tsongas. I actually got to know Paul Tsongas from when he first ran from the Lowell City Council, and what I observed about him was that he had great ideas, but more importantly, he was a terrific facilitator. He would identify people who could get things done, enlist them, motivate them, and then coordinate things. And that's why he was able to accomplish so much. Paul Tsongas continued helping Lowell, but in 1996, the cancer came back. He grew ill, and in January 1997, he died from complications. And he's buried here in Lowell Cemetery. And so that's the story of Paul E. Tsongas, United States Senator from Lowell, Massachusetts.